Hi guys, I'm Oluwafemi Showole, and today we will be talking about why I decided to get married early. To all of my subscribers, I want to say a very big thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching my videos. You encourage me a lot and you push me to do more. If you are on this page for the first time, please kindly subscribe, like, comment, and share so that other people can see these videos. Also, click on the notification icon to get notified whenever we drop new videos. On the topic of the day, why I decided to get married early at a very young age. Being a young man, I always wanted to get married very, very early. I planned getting married at the age of 25. We young people, we have a lot of dreams. We've thought out and planned our lives. I get admission to the university 16, 17. I'll graduate 2021. I get a job. I'll work for a while. Then I'll get married, have children, build house, buy car. But it's very funny how life rearranges our thoughts, rearranges our plan, especially in Nigeria. You don't plan for Nigeria. Nigeria will plan for you most of the time. Most of the time, Nigeria will plan for you. So, as a very young man, I already thought and planned, that I'll get admission into the university early, graduate 20. I always wanted to graduate 20, work for 5 years, then get married at 25. But it is funny to see that at age 20, I wasn't even in the university. I was still sitting I think 20, I had my pre-degree. I wasn't even in the university at 20. Yes, so the plan of getting married at 25 wasn't going to work. For a lot of people, after you graduate from school, there's always a phase of getting that stability that you need before even thinking of marriage. Yes. And when you are in that phase, now thinking of marriage seems odd. It feels like you're not serious. Like, what do you have? You don't have a stable job. You don't have stable income. You don't have, some of us still, at the time, we're still even staying with our parents, squatting with friends and all that. So at the time, you won't even be thinking of marriage. But the dream of getting married, or the picture I had of getting married early, was so strong in my head that I was ready to give it all it would take. At the time, I was ready to give it my all to get married early. Let me say that marriage is not an achievement. So whether you get married early or you get married late, it is just decide and plan it how you want it. Now, not considering other factors, or maybe you have a fiancé or fiancée, you have someone you want to get married to, maybe you're in a relationship, or all those things affect whether you get married early. If you want to get married early and you don't have someone you're in a relationship with, you don't have a fiancé, so it definitely won't work. You won't marry yourself. So I'm saying, if all the conditions are right, it is your decision to get married early, or to get married late, or to get married whenever. A lot of people have pictured that before they get married, they must have built their own house, had a car, had a very good job with a very good pay, or run a business that, that earns profit consistently before they can even think of marriage. I didn't see it that way. My thought was, if I have a stable income, no matter how small, a stable income, and I am sure that this income I have can cater for me and my wife to start with. For me and my wife, we have the basic things. We have accommodation, we can get food for ourselves, accommodation is set, food is set, and the income I am making can cater for me and my wife, then I am good to go. That has always been my thought, no matter how small. That has always been my thought. Now I am not putting the income of my wife into consideration. Because let's say she doesn't have an income, but I have an income to sustain the both of us and to cater for the both of us. I feel I'm ready to go. So if she now has an income, it will be a plus to the family. It will be a plus to us. So that had always been my thought. Whether I have land, I have anything, it wasn't my concern. I just wanted to get married early. Time waits for no man. If I say I want to give a space of 3 years, 5 years, let me first have this, I will wait for some so years. It might come fast, it might come early, it might not. So imagine I have to wait for 5 years to get some of the things I want to get before getting married, before having children. before I get married. Okay, then after the 5 years I get married, we start having children. That 5 years, you can't get it back. Yes, you have the things you planned you wanted to have, but you cannot get the 5 years back. See, even with your wife and your children, all those things you planned having, you can still have them, maybe even faster. I want to be a 50-year-old man who doesn't have to worry about children. And one child is still in school, we have to pay one school fees, we have to do. I want to be a 50-year-old man who doesn't have to worry about that. I want to be a 50-year-old man who doesn't have to stress over one child is now a teenager, and you sit down here. I said you should not go to. I want to be a 50-year-old man who has enough time with my wife. I want to be a 50-year-old man who can even decide to retire at 50 and enjoy life with my wife. I want to enjoy my old age. I don't want to start my old age running around, stressing children, school fees, all of that. I want my children to, by God's grace, to have been sorted in life when I am 50. Yes. I want them to be through school, even if they are not married. But I want them to be adults who already have a direction. I want them to be adults who are stable financially, who are stable with their goals, who are stable with their ambitions, and they have a path already. So there's no that stress of, we can only think, we can only plan. God makes everything work. He makes everything beautiful in its own time. God makes everything work. But at least individually, we already have plans that this is how I want my life to be, this is what I want to do. And I already had that plan at a very early age. So one major factor for me in deciding to get married early was having children early. No one knows how long it will take for you to have a child. You can try early and it's fast. Fast. You try to have children early, they come early. At times you want to have them early, they don't come early, but they come eventually. It doesn't. So the plan was just to have the children early. So one major factor in me deciding to get married early was having children early, raising children early, growing up with my children. When my children are young, when they are teenagers, when they are adults, I can still be young enough to enjoy that teenage years with them. I don't want to be in my 60s and my 70s in another phase of life. Then they will be entering their teenage and youthful years. The gap is too wide apart, and I didn't want that. I want the gap between me and my children to be close enough that at least I can still enjoy some of their youth with them. So there's no timeline for marriage for anybody. Whether it's before you're 30, you're above 30, even you can get married at 50, you can enjoy your marriage, you can enjoy your children. So there's no timeline for that. I remember my pastor, Pastor Tadi, and his wife, Mommy Ayodele, very, very amazing people, very amazing father and mother. They would always say at the time that you don't save money for marriage. You don't save money for marriage, that I must have 1 million, I must have 500k, I must have had this amount, you don't do that for marriage. Else, you just keep extending your time. You just keep prolonging and you keep wasting time. And that helped a lot because, well, it's a very long story and hopefully we'll share that story another day. We did not have money. So it's not as if because I was doing okay, I decided to get married. No, we did not have money. At all, we did not have money. But we had little income that we could count on. We had accommodation, the basic things were covered for. We could get food, we could feed ourselves, we could comfortably take care of ourselves. So we knew we were good to go. And I'm very grateful for that decision, best decision of my life. I say it again. So if you're also thinking you want to get married early, you have to also start work early, start putting things into place. If you need accommodation, sort it. Make sure that you and your spouse, you guys are on the same page. One person cannot rush the other person. You can't say because you want to get married early, you want to rush madam, or madam wants to get married early, she wants to rush you. You guys have to be on the same page. So if you want to get married early, of course, good for you. If you don't want to get married early, that can also be the best decision of your life. Don't rush. There is no timeline. It is not an achievement. There is no trophy. That's because you get married early, so you have this trophy. The earliest marrying couple. There's no trophy. Just do it how you want it. And I hope that everything will work out fine for you. You want to have children early, you want to have them late, anyhow you want it. I hope it works out fine for you. And just put everything into place. Believe in yourself and work towards what you want. It is very, very achievable. And also, if you want to build your house, you want to have your car, you want to have a lot of things before you get married, it is also achievable. Anyhow you want it is how you should do it. Because if anything happens or anything fails, nobody will take responsibility for that. The responsibility is on you and on you alone. So please, whatever you want to do is what you should do. Think well, pray well, work well, and I hope everything works out fine for you. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll see you next time. Bye.